Welcome back. I'm Josh Robertson. It is 6:30 now on your Sunday. Let's get over to Hannah Gard with your Weather Authority forecast. No Saints today. We got a lot of events happening, and we got something out in the Gulf right now.
Yeah, you've probably heard a lot about this system that's down there in the Gulf of Mexico. This is Tropical Storm Milton. Right now, it's still maintaining tropical storm strength. You can see this buoy, though, that's not quite near the center, and we're seeing those winds up to 36 miles per hour. Right now, the latest advisory, 50 miles per hour. So we still have a little ways to go before this is a hurricane. But the hurricane hunters are heading out there. They're going to investigate the system. So far, not really getting any readings there except for the pressure, which you will see fall as it kind of goes through where that center seems to be located. We're getting into the 900s now. So we're going to see this very rapidly starting to come together, and we should have a hurricane by sometime today. So we're going to see this slowly meander eastward. It's moving very, very slow. This is by tomorrow morning. It's still kind of just by where it is right now, but then it will start to accelerate. By Tuesday, we're seeing that strengthening into a Category 2. By Wednesday morning, this will be a Category 3, and then we are expecting that landfall to be a Category 3 storm somewhere on the west coast of Florida. Right now, the cone is very wide. This is Wednesday evening. We're expecting that landfall, so still 5 days out. You can see the cone extends from Perry through Tampa all the way down to Naples. Any of those areas could see the eye wall. Again, the impacts could extend a little bit farther than outside that cone. This is a much smaller storm, though, than Helene, which is why we think that this will strengthen so quickly, because it won't have that mass that can get sheared out by bad environmental conditions. It's more of like a bowling ball. It's going to spin up very quick. So all of these areas need to prepare for a major hurricane strike. We always advise to prepare for a category higher. That would be a Category 4 storm. So wherever that eye wall is going to come inland, those areas need to prepare to likely evacuate. This is going to be a really dangerous hurricane. Then it passes over the peninsula. We could see impacts in Orlando, Jacksonville Thursday morning, and then it will make its way into the Atlantic and weekend. Something to note, though, is there's going to be a predecessor rain event, meaning it rains before the system comes through because of this stationary front that's sitting down over the Gulf right now. That could lead to some flooding issues. You could see Milton following along behind. We're going to see pretty consistent rainfall over the next couple of days for much of Florida. We have this cold front coming down, though. That's going to keep us well on the dry side. We already would be on the dry side anyways with this to the south of us, but we will see that frontal passage. It'll bring us some drier humidity values, and all of the rain is going to be consolidated across Florida. So this is today. They're already looking at that risk of flooding. We're going to see that expanding over the next couple of days, and then upon landfall Wednesday from Tampa to Jacksonville in that level 3 risk for flooding. We could see up to 10 inches in some of these areas offshore, maybe extending inland as well. But look at us. We're on the dry side. We're really not going to see much rainfall over the extended forecast because of this system staying to our south. So coastal flood advisory in effect for us because of the winds. This is really our only impact. They've already been kicking from the east and northeast today. We're going to see that continue because Milton is passing to our south. So Monday, Tuesday, we keep that small craft advisory, and the seas are going to stay a little bit on the rougher side. But then Monday into Tuesday, as that front passes through, we're going to see the dew points dropping, and we'll have a much better feel into the middle part of the week. And because we'll have lower dew points, that allows the bottom to be lower on our temperatures. So we will see some 50s for the North Shore and west of the lake, and that will last all the way into the weekend. I don't really see a change because we're not going to have any other weather systems coming through to kind of change the forecast. A little bit warm today and tomorrow. We could get to the upper 80s tomorrow, which is above normal. 84s are normal, but then that front will drop us down and will even be lower into Friday and Saturday. Here's Milton. We're stuck in that moisture conveyor belt right now, but as this low swings by that's up here across the Great Lakes, that's going to bring that front through and pick up Milton and kind of take it out there. Elsewhere in the Atlantic Basin, we have Kirk. That's actually going to impact places like Paris, which are in the cone. Very interesting. And Leslie, but none of that is going to get anywhere near us. We have a nice glow this morning. Those temperatures right now are sitting in the 70s across the area. We're going to get a little bit warmer today, Josh, because we'll be seeing more sunshine. We've had those clouds just sitting over us. Yesterday it helped a little bit although it still felt a little bit warm underneath the clouds. Today, that sun is going to be heating us up.
Yeah, and don't even when that's over a little bit of that overcast, I know you still want to maybe put on the sunscreen if you need to. 'Cause
Yeah, I
it can
would for
happen.
sure today too, because that sun's going to pop out and it's going to feel pretty warm, especially if you're at Fried Chicken Fest, if you're out there all day, Gretna Fest,
Fest, yeah.
you want to make sure you're putting that sunscreen on.
All right, thank you very much there, Hannah. 6:35 now.